Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming. This is my crystal reading event, crystal channeling event. And so if you've never watched one of these before, if you've never attended, so what happens is people bring their crystals to the hangout, and then they ask a question that they want answered by their crystal. So whatever, so if they have a question, they want to know why the crystal came to them, that's an example, or if they want to know what messages does my crystal have for me, what can I do for my crystal, how can I clean my crystal, pertaining to crystals, your crystal that you have, I can connect with the crystal and channel their energy, connect with their energy and yours, and then bring the messages forward and answer the questions. So we have a small group tonight, so that's great. So we're just gonna just take the questions. Normally we do just one question per person. So we'll just kind of rotate, and then if you guys want to start over again, we can do that, and we can do more questions. And then we'll just keep going until either everybody's done asking questions, or around 8:30 is probably when I'll stop. And yeah, that's fine. You can ask. So if someone's asking, can they also ask crystals that's not with us? And that's fine also. And someone else asked if they have to show the crystal, and I don't have to see it. It's nice to see them, but I don't have to see the crystal. I can just, if you describe it to me, if you know what it is, you can kind of tell me what it is and describe it to me, and then I can connect with that crystal. So if it's a crystal you have, or a crystal you've had before and no longer have, maybe it's one that you've lost, or a crystal that someone else has, all that's fine. I should be able to connect with it. So we'll go ahead. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. So Zinnia, were you here first? Oh, I can't hear you. And you're not muted either, so. Oh no, I can't hear you. That's okay. You could, if you want to type it, you can type the question in, and then you can type the question in and hold up the crystal if you have it, or we could come back to you. Whatever you want to do. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Okay. Okay, so Zinnia wants to know what message this crystal has for me, and why is it here? It's a beautiful crystal. Look how clear that is. It's really nice. Okay. Okay, so I have some information that came kind of like right away. So because it's so strong, it speaks, like, you see how clear it is. It communicates clearly that way too. It's like really clear communicator. So it showed me like sitting almost like on a desk with a light coming through it. So it likes, if you have the chance, there's a couple things it wants to talk about right first. So if you have a chance, I know it's kind of strange, but maybe try to shine some light through it. or even like maybe sunlight, because it does some type of activation with it. So because it showed that so clearly, like with the sun just kind of hitting it and like coming at it at an angle, and then it's almost like it just takes all that light. It doesn't have to be sunlight though. Artificial light is okay, but sunlight, and it just takes it and it just really uses that in the work that it does. So I would say sunlight or some type of light, any kind of light activates it. If you ever feel like it's kind of getting, low, then light is going to be the primary way to do that. That's the first thing that it showed me. That's the way that it prefers. And I think that it would like some of that now. So maybe that's why it showed it to me like right away, like that's something that it needs. So just being in the sunlight is okay. And I think that even artificial light is okay because it showed it so pointedly, like coming in like directly, like a beam of light, which is kind of different than sunlight just shining on it. So I feel like that artificial light is okay too. And then so it showed itself next to a book, and it told me that it's a reader, and I've never heard that term before. So what it does is I hope I'm explaining it right, but it's sort of like absorbs information from things like from books and from information that you're bringing. I think particularly like from books and any type of study, type of work. So it would be good if you could keep it there. Like if you're doing any type of, especially intense studying or intense work, then it will help you to retain the information. That's the words I'm trying to say. So it helps you to retain the information and keep the information in. Now, it's the way that it's kind of explaining it to me is like, you know how some people have those the photographic memory, like where they read something and then they just have it always. That's similar to how that crystal works. And yeah, I know it's kind of unusual because it's not the way the crystal was presented to you, or there's something there. It's almost like it was presented to you like it works for this and this is what it's used for, but it's like I'm telling you something kind of different. So that's okay, but that's what the crystal wants you to know, that that's the way that it works. That's the way that it wants to be used. You could use it for other things, yeah, because it's saying that it is multi-purpose, but that's sort of like what it likes to do. It likes to help you absorb information and kind of keep information in. Yeah, but definitely you could check into that, because I feel like there's something else there with the light that I'm not aware of. I feel like it's trying to share something, like almost like there's some kind of light source, or there's something you can do with crystals and light that I'm not aware of, so I don't know how to explain it to you. But there's definitely that deep connection with it, and I feel like if you were to shine light on it, you would see some things that you can't see just normally. So try it out and see what happens. And then it so it's showing me, as far as like you like the care of it and where to keep it, it really just kind of wants to be out like on a well, it's saying a knowledge-based area. So that would be like a desk or like a bookshelf or somewhere, where that type of information is kept. Yeah, that's really where is a little sensitive to a lot of people holding it. So it doesn't want a whole lot of people. It prefers your energy, and it feels like it really flows like with your energy, but it's sort of like it's not a very like some crystals are more social. They like to be around other crystals and other people, but I feel like this one is fine, just kind of being a little solitary, and it likes being around things that have to do with knowledge. So as far as storing and care, I would keep it in a place, you know, like that, and have not too many people touching it. If people feel drawn to it and they feel like that they should hold it, then that's okay. But I wouldn't like pass it around, you know, with a group of people or something like that. It is a really beautiful crystal, so I could see how like you want to do that, you know. But it really it kind of like, if you were gonna like do an analogy, then this crystal is like a library where it's nice and quiet, lots of knowledge and books, and not a lot of people like really interacting with each other. That's kind of like what this crystal is. But yeah, you could show me another crystal. Yeah, we can do that, because there's just the four of you guys here. Oh, that looks similar to the last one. Yeah. Oh, that's nice with the edges and that's really pretty. Did you get them from the same place? Did they come from the same place? Yeah. That's really pretty. My camera is not good, so, but okay, let's see what this one. Yeah. Okay, so so it's telling me like where it wants to be. So I don't know if you have anything like this, but if not, I'm sure you could find something like this. So it's the way it's kind of different. It's kind of like a bowl, like a bluish color, and it wants to be like in the middle with some other like blue crystals around it. Resonates with the blue color, and it's showing like energy like going right up through the point, and it's very like high energy. So the blue kind of helps to keep it like it's saying like how we would say grounded, like that keeps that crystal grounded. So put it like in a blue bowl with like some blue crystals, and because it really is it's super strong. And I don't know if it's because there's another crystal in it, because the energy goes right up like through the top, almost like, you know, the pyramids, and they say the energy goes like through the top. It's the same thing. So that point, it goes right up through the top. And then it's also saying be careful of the point too. Like the point, the tip gets, you know, kind of like cracked, but just be cautious with this one. It's not that it won't work if there's a crack or something in there. It's not that it won't still be useful, or but it's just sort of like a it's just asking you to like protect that area. Like, are you going to be doing some type of like packing or moving rooms or doing something like that? Yeah, but yeah, because there's some concern, not concern, but it wants you to. So like, let's say if something comes up for you and you want to move your rooms around or move the crystals around, there's some type of movement that might come up for you in the future. Whether it's like a home, or you're just changing rooms around, or maybe you're traveling, you take it with you. If there's something that happens where you need to move it, make sure you wrap it really well. That's what it's showing me. But I do feel like that that there's something coming up for you, some type of movement. So some type of moving things around, or traveling with it, something there, or changing things. Maybe where you store the crystals or keep the crystals, there'll be some type of rearranging, and then this crystal will be part of that. So just wrap it and make sure the top is protected. because this crystal is saying that there is a okay, so it's saying that there is talk amongst the other crystals, and there's an understanding that there's something's going to happen, of movement's going to happen, and that crystals are going to be changed around, and reorganization is going to happen. So it's aware of this, and it wants you to make sure that you protect it really well. And also want to store it or keep it next to the crystal you just showed me. That's okay. You have those two together, like that's okay to do that. Yeah, it's all right. So because I know it's saying that because I know the other crystal just said it likes to kind of like be alone, but this is okay with this crystal, because that's kind of how it's already used to that energy, and they don't conflict or anything. It's not, you know, not like fire and ice or anything. They are similar, so you can keep them together if you would like. Okay. I'm not sure who, V, did you come in? Were you next? I'm sorry, I should have been paying attention.
I don't mind going next.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I'm hoping that this works. The camera's really bad. I was wondering if there's any information from this guy. He came from China. So I don't normally get a lot of crystals from China, but he did, and I just wanted to know because I really feel like a good vibration from him, but I wanted to know what you pick up on.
Okay. Yeah, it's so the information's coming like pretty fast tonight. So it's telling me that it's, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but it was mined from like a sacred space. So I don't know about the mining in China and where they're mined from, but that crystal, it was taken from a space, a sacred space that has really, really good and peaceful energy. So that's one of the things that you're picking up on. And it was also connected to, it was like connected or on top of some type of like, maybe like a calcite or something like that, some other type of white calming stone. I feel like it was, there's also like a peaceful energy that comes from where it was made and where it's sort of, it's saying like where it was resided. That's what it's saying. That's the word it's using. So I feel like that means like it was kind of like on top of it. So it has a really nice peaceful energy. And don't be scared to carry it with you, because I know it does look fragile, like it has a point to it, you know, and it looks like it would chip easily, you know, but just kind of put it in one of those like little pouches or just wrap it in something, because it's it would like to go with you to places. So it would like to kind of travel out. It has sort of like a like an adventurous energy, you know. It likes to it's definitely not a crystal that wants to like be still and be in a drawer, or it would not be happy that way. So it wants to kind of be out and experiencing things with you, but don't stress it. You don't have to, you know, cover it and carry it with you everywhere. But maybe if you go somewhere where you want to have a deeper spiritual experience or something like that, then just take it with you, and don't be scared to take it with you. Don't scared you're going to break it, because it's stronger than you think it is. Now there's yeah, there's another question. Yeah.
Okay. It's to me it doesn't look like it's quartz. It's got like a blue tinge to it. It's not clear. It's like when you look at it, like it looks clear, but if you if you put it in your hand, it's got like a baby blue tinge to it. Yeah. Is there like, is it not quartz? I'm not sure what it is, to be honest.
Okay, let's see if it wants to share some more. Yeah, you know, because so So it's showing that it's two pieces. So it was that was on top of another type of crystal. So they were kind of melded together. So it's really, really two in one. I see it kind of as like a white color, but that doesn't mean that it's not some type of blue, you know, like a blue crystal. It looks almost kind of like that. Oh, it just left my brain, but it's like I've seen it before, and it's like a blue, and then it has those white like little clusters that look like snow, like glistening snow in it. What the energy kind of feels like, but I see it as white. But there is quartz there, because I feel like that there was quartz that was on top and then sat on top of something else. Now it comes from a really sacred space, and honestly, I don't know if when they mined it, if they even had permission, you know, to mine it. I feel like that it was yeah, because it's telling me like a restricted area. So I kind of feel like that they were mining in an area maybe they shouldn't have been. So maybe you could do some research on that, you know, kind of see. But it's okay. The way that they mined was not in a it doesn't feel like he was in a traumatic manner. So
See, and it loves
yeah, but it loves what?
grids. It loves to be in the center of a grid.
Wow. Yeah, it likes to connect. So that makes sense. It likes to that's perfect for it. Yeah, because it likes to feel out and connect. I feel like the space that it was in was very secluded, cave-like area, just in a very secluded space, and in a very secluded area, which a private area, I'm sure. So it's sort of like, you know, it wants to experience now. So it wants to be a part of things and touch other crystals. So a grid is perfect, but if you keep it in a grid too long, it might feel stagnant. So just take it with you somewhere. You'll be able to feel it. If you have it in a grid, and then it kind of feels, just kind of tune into it and see if it wants to travel with you somewhere. It's kind of like being in a crystal grid, like if we were being cooped up in a house, it doesn't want to be too cooped up. It wants to kind of go out. And especially if you go to another crystal shop, you know, you could take it with you. But I don't want you to think you have to like drag it with you everywhere, you know, but just keep that in mind when you're traveling, to kind of take it with you. To special places.
Can I ask about one more, Julie, and then I will give up my spot. Just give me one sec. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask about my big baby. This is an Endora, Endora. And when I got it, it was pretty much perfectly, like, no damage to it. I don't know why. I've used it so much in crystal healing and crystal grids and all sorts of things, and it started cracking from the inside out. So I want to know what is going on with him. I've already asked about him. Like, he's very, like, this crystal is very high energy and very also very grounding at the same time. But I don't know if I'm doing something with him that I shouldn't be, or if he's around too many crystals, or I don't know. And you know, it's really funny. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, there's this groove, and it perfectly fits into the forehead of your forehead. So like, it's almost like you're activating your third eye with him. It's amazing. Like, this is a perfect spot to literally put it on, and it fits like a glove onto your forehead.
Wow. That's really, when you put that on your forehead, it's like my ear was like that high-pitched ringing, you know how we get it, just like went like kind of crazy. It amplifies it, doesn't it? That third eye. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's definitely very, very high energy, but grounding at the same time.
Okay, so let me see what's if he okay. Yeah. So, okay. So with this crystal, yeah, like you said, it is really high energy. So whenever you, specifically you, whenever you take it, you know, for use, it immediately like turns on. It just turns on. It's just, it's almost like saying, it's saying like it has an on-off switch, but it's just, it doesn't really regulate itself very well. So whenever you sort of turn it on, you know, just like when you put it right here, I could feel like it just turned on. So when you're using that for healing, just then also do some type of work on it to turn it off, like in between clients, and between your clients when you're doing healing with them, or friends or family, and in between that, just it could, because you are making a movement to turn it on when you use it and put it and place it. When you place it, that's when the connection happens. So when you take it off, also just sort of do like, it's not giving me anything specific, because I feel like it will communicate with you how to do this. But it's almost like you turn the light switch on, and it needs for you to turn it off for it too. I'm not sure why it's this way. It's just, it's a little strange to me that it can't kind of like turn itself on and off, but it's connected with you, you know, that way. And it wants to work. So what's happening is that after the healing is over, it's still like kind of working. It's still staying on, but the energy isn't going through you, and it isn't going into someone else. So it causes like the cracks, the stress, because of the amount of energy. So just work that into your practice, that with that particular crystal, you're going to do some type of turning thing. It doesn't share with me, because it will share that with you, and you'll kind of know, whether it's like putting your hand over it, or saying, all right, let's close the energy, something like that. And but in the meantime, it would like to be buried under maybe just like a few inches. It doesn't have to be, I guess that's a little deep, but just maybe like, you know, a couple of inches of dirt. Yeah. Okay.
Can I do that
It's being
inside
kind of,
the house?
is it okay? Yeah. It's specifically showing like under a tree. So which would make sense, because that's super grounded, you know, a tree. So I don't know how difficult that is for you, but that is what it's asking for, is to just be buried. And it's saying, if you do that, like every, it feels like maybe every couple of months, that if you do that, then it will also help, because it's saying it does. I don't know if you've noticed, but the energy that is actually kind of depleted a little bit. So it's not quite as, it's like it's having to stay on people longer than what it used to, or than normal, or something like that. So it's showing that kind of like, so, you know, so if you're using it for people, and then you feel like, oh, well, normally I only have it on them for a few minutes, and now they're having to have it for 15 minutes. It's because it needs, you know, just needs to be buried. It's just kind of time to be in the dirt. Yeah. Much as it's working on the third eye, it wants to be in the ground also, because that's very, very opposite. So it needs that too.
You know what, Julie, too, when I first bought it, there's actually the way that the picture was presented, you could actually see Merlin inside the crystal. And I'm not even kidding, with the beard and the hat. And it's like, it just right at that angle, that's what you could see inside this crystal. It's amazing. It's my prized possession. I saved for so long to buy him, because he's just phenomenal. I love him.
Wow. It's a really, it seems to be activated like by you. So as it's very connected to you. It's I don't know why that it's like that, but it's just how it is. It needs for you to activate on and off. It's kind of like, it has its own consciousness, but it's also connected with you. So it needs direction, you know, from you. Because if not, it's just gonna keep on going.
You know, and then
Yeah, because it's so strong. Yeah. It will, it's saying that it will heal. So maybe you could take some pictures before and after, like it's in the ground, just to kind of see. It's saying that it will do some healing while it's in the ground. Mm-hmm.
Actually, just one more thing. I'm sorry. Just one more thing. Also, too, for some reason, I don't know if a negative entity or something was around because it never had these scratches. And now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scratches in it. It's almost like something, like it's scratched against something, or it almost looks like a claw mark, to be honest with you. I know it sounds crazy, but it almost looks like a claw mark.
Interesting. I don't feel anything. It's not showing me anything negative.
I hope not, because
yeah,
it's just really weird.
It's just showing me sitting. It's just showing me like in a sitting, just sitting.
Because when I bought him, I know, well, unless I didn't check him out properly, but when I bought him, he was, like I said, there was really no cracks or nothing, or no bubbles and stuff inside it. And now it looks like there's I wish my camera was better so I could actually show you, but there's grooves and breaks and those bubbles inside that looks almost like when a glass shatters and you've got that kind of bubbly stuff, those pieces before it breaks apart. That's kind of the things that's inside of it.
Yeah. Try because that's what he was saying before. It's saying he doesn't want you to worry about it, to worry about the cracks and everything. That it will heal. It will get better. Okay. Yeah, I know you're really worried about that.
I'll bury him up there this week. I'll bury him. I have a big tree in the front yard, so I'll bury him underneath the tree in the front yard.
Yeah, it's I would take pictures before and after just to see okay, you can see the healing. Yeah, and you don't have to do because he's saying it is like a male energy. He's saying that you're going to want to when it comes time to bury it, he's showing me you wondering if there's something else you should do. And so there's nothing else you have to do, just bury it, and then he'll do the
perfect
rewarp in the ground. So it's like it's giving him permission to do all that.
Thank you so much, Julie. You're the best. Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Will, do you want to go next?
Why, yes.
Okay. Oh, I see you got the names up here. Thank you for that.
Yes, you're welcome. I figure somebody should be doing it. My pleasure. Okay, so this crystal, I'm going to share my screen. I ran into this crystal today. As a matter of fact, Spirit told me, so I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, I can see it.
Spirit told me to go to the crystal store, and I didn't know why, but as soon as I ran into that crystal, I knew why. It's an iridescent blue moonstone.
Beautiful. I haven't seen a blue one. I mean, I'm sure, nice. So do you have a specific question for it, or do you want to it already? Have you purchased it yet?
No, it didn't say to buy it.
Okay,
my ego is too involved in it. I mean, when I get that something like that's that powerful, it's just like, it wasn't saying it was for me though. That's the thing. I know it's not for me. Okay.
Yeah.
But I know what it represents to me, but still, external confirmation would be a good thing.
Okay.
I don't know who it belongs to.
Okay.
And I don't know if this person is going to come into my awareness or not.
Okay.
But I appreciate the stone.
So, okay, so I'll tell you what I'm picking. I'm not sure. It's like very it's very old. It's like a very old stone. So I'm not sure if it's showing me who owned it before, But as soon as I saw it, I saw I felt like a grandmother energy. And so I wasn't quite sure if maybe your grandmother was, if you have a grandmother that's passed over that was coming through to show, this stone to you. But then I'm just not quite sure. Then the more I connected to it, I feel like that it's connected to somebody who wore it before, some type of elderly female energy. But now that's the energy that it tends to want to go towards. So if you have someone in mind that kind of has that, not that all women aren't goddesses, but it's not like a goddess energy. It's more like a female that has lots of wisdom and a very calm type of wisdom. So if you were going to purchase that crystal and gift it to someone, that's the type of person that the crystal, that stone wants to be attached to. I feel like that's kind of like a pattern for this stone. It just sort of has been almost like, oh, I bet you it was passed down, because I can see it being like given down. So I feel like I don't know if you know the history of it, but I feel like it was passed down in a family at some point. That's the types of, and it was passed down to like female energy. So I feel like that's kind of where it wants to go. Like it was passed down in the women of a family, and that's the way that's probably why you feel like it's not for you, because the energies it wants is the sort of full female that has lots of wisdom or needs help accessing that. I want to connect with that crystal specifically. So do you have a specific question for that crystal? Because that's kind of like just like a general energy I feel about it. Or do you want to just know if it has a message?
So yeah, let's ask a specific question.
Yeah.
Because everything that you said is what I got out of it. I got really great grandmotherly wisdom energy out of it. Okay, perfect. Absolutely. And it was just awesome, an awesome flavor of wise grandmotherly love.
Yeah.
And I have never seen a moonstone that was that blue and that iridescent. I've seen some pretty cool moonstones. I love moonstones. Yeah. But this one was like, whoa, and it knocked me over. And interestingly, a woman came in about a half an hour later. Somehow they kept me in the store, the stones, go figure. A woman came in and I'm going, this would look awesome on your neck. Oh my goodness. But they didn't ask me to buy it. Spirit has asked me to buy stones for somebody that I just met 30 seconds ago. Has done it many times before, but not this time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we need to, dig a little deeper with the purpose of kind of like why it's connected to you. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this crystal is very, this stone is really protective. It's like it just has lots of, it's really protecting itself. So So it's kind of difficult to connect with it. But the reason that wants for you to, it's requesting to be with you. So it's like it's putting a request out there. It's like, so it's showing me like if you write a ticket, like a work request or work order, something like that ticket, that it's requesting to be with you. So that's what you're feeling. You're feeling that request that it put out. And there's it's for the future. So it's not for the present. So it's showing that it wants you to pass it on to someone in the future, someone that you will meet or come in contact with in the future. Not someone that you already know. It's for someone. I don't feel like that you've met that person yet. So it will be, yeah, it's not because it wants to be protected. And it showed me like when you go, like if you go to a store and they wrap it up and put it like in a box or something. And this is kind of strange because most crystals don't like to be boxed, but this stone wants to be kept and protected until the right time that it's supposed to. Else now, the crystal shop, it doesn't really like being there. So it doesn't like not negative energy in the crystal shop. I think it's just a little bit overwhelming for that crystal. You know, it's almost like an older person, and that you were around like a bunch of like younger kids and you didn't understand, and it might be a little bit annoying or something like that. So I don't know if it's because of where they have this stored, if they have it stored somewhere, but it's not comfortable where it's at. That's why it kind of wants to be not there anymore, and it wants to move. So it's going back to the request. So it's like it put a request in for a transfer. So, and you've sort of answered that, and that's what you kind of like picked up on, you know, to purchase it. But it would be for someone you would meet in the future. It's not somebody you know already, because the stone has the person already picked out. So it's sort of like you get the stone, and the stone brings the person to you.
Right. Well, cool. Absolutely amazing, because that was what I got.
Okay, good.
But the problem was, since the energy was so high, I didn't know if it was my ego that was saying, buy the stone for somebody you're going to meet in the future. Okay, so because of the conversations I've been having today and all the numerical synchronicities today, it was just like, okay, I can't, it wasn't I had to buy it. It was when I held that stone, this is like, I'm just honoring the stone and the person who's supposed to own it. Like, I already respect them very highly.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go pick it up.
Yeah. Yes, and okay. All right. So it's saying, oh, not a moment too soon. Like, that's the word it's giving me to use. So it's very excited to be with you. If there's something that is showing me about the price. So there is so it's saying to it's using its wisdom right now. So it's saying that you if you want to try to negotiate, that would be an option for you on the price. I know most of the time, you know, the price is what the price is, but if you want to do that, then you could, you know, to try to negotiate some on the price. I'm not sure why I'm sharing that information, but it's going to be really happy to be with you. And also, it's okay if you feel the need, like I said, to keep it protected and kind of keep it tucked away. That's all right, because that's what it wants. If you feel that, if you pick up on that, because it's still bringing that person into your life. It's still bringing that person to you, whether it's out or not, even if it's kept kind of tucked away from somewhere, because I feel like it's experienced some type of trauma before, some type of regarded, or either it's protecting the wisdom within it, but it's a very guarded type of stone, and it's taken a little while to warm up to me. So just know that, you know, it might kind of reached out, and that your energy matches it. That's like really a really special thing.
Right. No, I got that you were having trouble connecting with it. So I was talking with her. I was talking with her saying that I love Julie. I totally trust Julie. She's okay. Please allow her in. And I was showing that there's a connection through the Aquarian fire, through this. So if she wishes to share, that'd be okay. Okay, so I have one more question.
Yeah.
Does this crystal have anything to do with the golden silk shawl that I purchased 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago? Because that's yet another item that I have tucked away that I was compelled to buy, and for somebody in the future.
Yeah. So what it's showing me is just wrap it up. Just you can wrap it up and protect it with that. But see, it really wants to connect with you, and it's a very private type of crystal. So it wants to share things with you, and it doesn't want to share things with the group. So it's not explaining to me. She's not explaining why, but I do really I feel that connection there between the scarf and her. So just wrap it up, because whenever you take her home, you're going to be able to feel so much, probably much more than I am, because it doesn't know me. You know, she's very very guarded. But yeah, she does want to share that, in case you're not able to hear her with this part, that the person that she's going to go to, it will feel different, will not have the same experience. Like for me, for example, where I have difficulty connecting, that person will be very strongly connected, will be very will know exactly, you know, everything that the crystal, you know, that the stone needs, and have a deep connection with it. So it will be like they've known each other, you know, whereas me and this crystal were like strangers, you know.
Right. Yeah, I totally get that. And I know that she wants to be safe, and she'll share. I totally get there's a personal connection between me and the stone. I totally get that. And there's certain things that I need to share. She does want to do some work with me. I get that. Yeah. So infinite gratitude, Julie. Thank you for helping me get through my ego. And a connection
Thank you so
to my
much for
heart.
coming on.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
so I'm going to stick around. One,
Okay.
because you're awesome,
Okay,
and
good.
two, that when I'm at the end of the queue, if there's time, there's another crystal that is totally effing epic. I did not buy it, but I know where to get it. I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks so much. Okay.
Hello, Julie.
Hey, I was just looking at the list, so I was like, who's next?
Yeah, it's I think it's my turn. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, and you too. And I wanted to ask something about the Moldavite, but the crystal skull, I don't know if you have seen it, the one in British Museum. I sent the picture in the group chat, in the Hangout chat. Though I don't know if you can see it, but I felt like it has.
Oh.
I felt its presence, that it has a message for me, something it wants to tell me. If you could connect with it.
Okay. So this is a crystal skull. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can show you by sharing the screen. Wait.
Okay. Okay. I can't see the chat. I don't know why. Sometimes I'm not able to, but.
Okay, that's it. Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it showed me like you standing, and I know this is kind of strange, but you're wearing sort of like a kind of like a cloak with kind of like a red color. And then the crystal skull showed me, I do feel it's a male energy, and it showed me you taking the skull and like putting it down. So when I was trying to connect more deeply, so it's saying that if you want to connect to him more deeply, then you have to visualize yourself as if you are the crystal skull. So replacing, visualizing that you're, when I kind of feel it, so it might be kind of intense for you, but replacing your skull with the crystal skull. So you just visualize that, and then that you'll be able to connect with it, because there's been some like a stall or inability to connect, or you could connect a little bit but not get the information that you wanted to. So it's sharing that this is the way that you can do that through that visualization, and feeling what it's like to be that crystal skull. Replacing, it keeps saying that, so that's really important. Replacing, visualizing yourself replacing your skull with that skull, as if that's you, and then you'll be able to access more information. And you can do this with other skulls too, with their permission. This is, so it's sharing that this is an ancient practice to do this, to visualize this way, and to use the crystal skulls this way. So it's showing me like a scene from like the past, where beings who had the crystal skulls, that's what they would do. It was some type of ceremony where they would sit almost like in a circle with holding the crystal skull, and then they would merge with that, and merge together. So replacing your upper with the crystal skull, it's sharing that was a ceremony, and that's how they used to connect. And he's giving you permission to do that with him if you want to know more information and have answers to the questions that you're asking. And then if you want to do it with other crystal skulls, you can with their permission. You just have to be open to that.
Oh, very, very good. I absolutely understand what he means by that. Replacing. I know what he's talking about.
And and he keeps showing it like over and over again. I'm like, maybe he's trying to get me to get it. I'm not sure, but.
Oh yeah, I feel like he has given me the same information to do it, and yeah, I have received the same thing from him a long time ago, but never did the practice actually. Only sometimes I did something with it. So yeah, thank you. That was it for me.
Okay, that's really cool. I've never had a crystal skull show me that before, so that's really neat. That's how they did it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. They connect their own skull with the skull of the human, like their neurological whatever it is, and then awaken the mind and the brain, something like that.
Yeah.
The energy channels.
Yeah, now I only felt it just a tiny bit when he was just like kind of describing it to me, and it felt really intense. So I'm sure you actually doing the process will feel intense for you. So
yeah,
just but you can handle it. You can handle that, or he wouldn't be giving that guidance. So
thank you very much.
You. Okay, let's see who's next. Okay, gotta scroll up. Okay, Freddie. Hi, Freddie. You're next if you want to go. Oh, okay, I see. You want to know if there's a message concerning your meditation with it and its work in my dream state? Does it combine its work if I put it with another crystal of mine? Okay. Okay, so I feel like I don't know if you have it sort of like it. I feel like it's too close. Like it wants to be a little bit further from you when you are when you're before you go to, for sleeping and dreaming. It wants to be just a place a little bit further from you. There's very your energy like at nighttime your energy actually kind of goes up, like your energy body sort of expands. Like during the day it kind of tends to be closer to you. That's just you kind of keeping yourself, you know, kind of protected. And then at night it's like there's some type of like release, and then your energy sort of expands out and it's very strong. So it wants to be to help you with your dream state, but it wants to be a little bit further from you. So maybe a little further on the, you know what it's showing me, and I don't know if you have, it's showing me like on a shelf kind of like above your bed. So if you have a shelf above your bed or something up there, you could put it up there. If not, then maybe you know, if you wanted to invest the time, you could put a little shelf up there and keep it. Or you could just move it a little further from you on a nightstand or a dresser, because it doesn't have to be very close to you to work. I know like Amethyst likes to be really close to people, but can be further away and still work with you. It's because its energy works a little bit softer way. So when you sort of go to sleep and then you kind of let your guard down and your energy expands, then it's a little bit overwhelming for it. So so just keep it a little bit further away from you. But it does keep showing me like a shelf kind of like above your head. I think that that's like the ideal place for it. Because then it's really just kind of connected to your crown chakra. It's like right there. But it's fine if you don't have that or aren't able to do that. You can keep it just a little bit further away. Now for meditation, and it's also answering the question about putting it with other crystals, is I would put it with some white crystals in a small grid. So maybe just you could have it in the middle and then have maybe 2 or 3 some type of white crystals. I don't see it as quartz though, because usually with quartz I see that like quartz, but it seems like it's just like almost like a cloudy white, so some types of, or maybe like some selenite or calcite or something like that that's white. And so just maybe 2 or 3, just a little tiny grid. And so the way that I'm seeing it is I'm seeing you in a sitting position, like on the floor, or either in a chair is fine, but the way it's showing it to me is you sitting on the floor. And then the small little crystal grid in front of you. Don't put it into a big grid, because again, it'll kind of get overwhelmed. um, a strong energy, but the way that it works is it needs to like expand slowly. So the energy kind of starts, oh yeah, it's showing me like it's like it vibrates. It starts slow like a flower, and then it just kind of flowers out, and then that's when the energy is really strong. So it's not that it's not strong, it's just that it takes a little bit to kind of get out there. So anyways, so just put the little small grid in front of you, and then that will help you with your meditation. And also, it's saying that it will help you for focus in meditation, because it's something that's difficult for you, is trying to focus those thoughts and everything coming through. So so it really wants to help you with this. Not that it doesn't help you at night with dreaming, but that's really what it's kind of excited to help you with meditation. Yeah, so keeping it with white crystals, it's okay if it's with other crystals too. But if you, I don't feel like that it has any problems with being with other crystals or just whatever you feel like. Green is okay too, to crystals around it. But as far as when you're actually using it, I would just have this 1 or 2 or 3 white crystals. That way it can really expand its energy. Did that answer it for you okay? Or do you need some more clarification? Mm-hmm. Oh, for your third eye? Yeah. So it doesn't so it's saying like normally it doesn't do a lot for the third eye. This particular one, not that type doesn't, but it's showing me one of the uses is you could use it to amplify a third eye stone, because it does kind of amplify energy. So if you want to use it that way, then what you would do is you would put a third eye stone in a small grid again, maybe with another white crystal to help balance it. So maybe like a lapis or something, and then your crystal, and then maybe a white crystal. So that's kind of like how I'm seeing it. So you could put those together with the intention that it's going to like amplify the third eye crystal. Not that you're connecting with it for that crystal to connect with your third eye. You're using it to amplify a third eye crystal. It's saying that it would work better that way, because it's not as focused. It seems to really like to work in the crown chakra more than the third eye. I think the third eye can be a little intense for it. Okay, you're welcome. Good to see you again. Okay, let me just see who's next. Ugh. Christy. Hey, Christy.
Hey, Julie.
Yay.
I have the Arkansas crystals.
Ooh, nice. Those are nice.
Let's see. Can you see the large one?
Oh, that's really pretty.
And then the small one. Can you see the small one okay? Because my screen kind of froze.
Yeah, I see the big one. I don't see, but I don't see the small one, but is it next to it?
Yeah, here's the small one next to it.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
They're
Yeah,
both Arkansas crystals, and that they were both gifted to me. And this one, the smaller one, has the rivets, you know, and it has a triangle, and then this large one does have a triangle as well. So I just wanted to know more about it, if they're record keepers or you know, any messages from them for me.
Okay. They like to be together. I can feel that. Do you keep them together?
And I wear the small one on me, and then I just keep the large one in my house, you know, just as an amplifier.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me connect. Okay, so the larger one wants to kind of like go first. So, but the smaller one, it's kind of interesting because the bigger one is a more soft-spoken type of energy, and the smaller one is much louder type of energy. So it's almost like it's weird. They're sharing of me almost like twins. If you have twins, you know, one is maybe more quiet than the other one, and the other one is kind of does all the talking or something like that. So that's sort of the relationship that these two crystals kind of have. But the bigger one, the softer one, is kind of chatting first. So now I see you putting both of your hands on it. So do you use it? Well, it wants to be used like for energy healing. I don't know if you used it for that already, but I can
Yeah, I'll
see
lay
both
it
of your
on
hands.
I will do that. I lay it on my heart.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So because it keeps showing this to me like over and over. So put both hands on it, and I don't know if it has to be this hand placement because you would know probably better like what placement would work better for you, but it's like one hand going this way and then one hand going the opposite way.
Oh yeah.
Like that. So you put both of your
Okay.
hands on. Yeah. And connect with it, and that is for area. I feel like that's for like whole. Oh yeah, for like whole body, like for whole body clearing and peace. So what it's sharing, it's like for anxiety.
Okay.
So if you have anxiety, put both hands on it with that intention to help you with. It's showing like those old the temperature things that have like it runs hot. So it's showing it like if you put your hands on it, then it brings it down back to normal. So it'll bring your anxiety levels, you know, back to normal. Or if you're feeling hot too, because when I kind of feel my hands on it, it feels very cold. Like it has a very cold feeling to it. So help with body temperature too. Yeah, but it wants to do more work with you on healing your on energy healing for you, because it's sharing that you do a lot of energy healing for others, or healing for others, a lot of sending out of energy, and so it wants to help you replenish that, and it wants to give to you because you put out a lot and you don't receive a lot, so it wants to give to you. Yeah, and so it's showing me like you taking your son's hand and like placing your son's hand on it too. So that's something that you could try. I feel like that's going to be a really nice experience for you. If you haven't done that already, you know, if you try it, or maybe you've done it already, it's showing me. But
okay,
that's something. Yeah.
With this small one,
Yeah.
I've been wearing it on me because I've been having like that rapid heartbeat. So it kind of helps that calm me down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know
Okay.
why
So
I'm
let's
having
see.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what the. Then I wonder if that's why the bigger one wanted to go first. The bigger one, it wants to help you also. So it wants to be a part of that. so it wants to be a part of that process. So you're wearing the small one to help you with your heart rate to bring it down. So the larger one wants to help you with it also. It's saying I can help you with that too.
Okay.
Work together, yeah. But let's see. Okay, so we connect with the smaller one because there's something else there. Okay, so the smaller one, whenever you've been wearing it, it's also been because it showed me like analyzing, like it made me feel like I was analyzing something. So it's also been sort of what's happening when you have those issues, the heart rate, and then it gets you like really just kind of like at a high level. It's hard for you to come back down to. So there's information that's trying to come through, like some more like downloads. I feel like you were getting like lots of downloads, and then for some reason there's been sort of like I don't know that it even coming from you or that you are even doing this, but there's some type of blockage that's happening, and so the information that normally runs very freely through you, the download information, is sort of like of blocks, and it's at least contributing to the heart rate and the elevated anxiety levels. It at least is playing a part to that. So the crystal is telling you that, it's saying, he's saying, I've analyzed what's happening, and he's giving you almost like a diagnosis. Like he's saying, like this is what's going on. And then he's referring to the larger crystal saying, you know, that it's almost like the little one is saying, here's the problem, and then this is why, and then the bigger one saying, this is the solution, with you laying hands on it for your body. And also, do you know why there's like could be blocks to download an information? Have you taken a step back from it, or like a break from it, or is it something else you think?
From the crystal, or
like just from receiving downloads, because I feel like it's almost like you've been just kind of constantly receiving information over the years. You receive like downloads and information, and then there's some type of like blockage. It feels like it's in this area, and it's like your downloads are coming in slower, or there's some information that needs to come through, but you're not allowing it. But if that's like something that you are not allowing, or if it's something like from the outside, I don't feel anything negative, but there could be some type of blockage maybe in your crown chakra. You know, if there's something there and the information is not able to come through the downloads, and it feels like they're like galactic downloads, so from your galactic families. I can just see like data. It's like data like coming through, like little pieces of like data. And so the channel that's normally very open is a little bit closed.
Wonder what I could do to open it.
Yeah. Let me try to connect with one of your guides, because I don't think that the crystals have access to that information, because I think the little one would share it with me. So let me see if I can.
Hey, Julie, can you ask this lady?
Yeah.
Because I think it's my aspect. Can you see her? Can you see her?
Oh, the crystal?
The lady?
Oh, okay, I see now. Yeah, I see her. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to connect with her specifically. Yeah. Okay. So I saw her very clearly, and so she comes to you, and she put like I don't know if you drew that color like kind of pink. It looks kind of pink to me,
Mhm.
but that's sort of like the color that she kind of, it's like in her auric field, and she puts like something kind of like around you, like a cover, and then she's just like patting you. So then I asked her, and then she's saying that everything is going to be okay. And she's like patting your shoulders, your back, saying it's all right. And then I asked her about the blockage, and she showed me a window, and she opened up the window and she pointed to the sun. So I think that if you could, yeah, if you could reconnect with the sun, yeah, because she's okay. She's talking a little bit, like she's communicating a little bit fast, but so she's saying that there are changes in the sun's energy, and that this has affected you, and it's affected the way that you receive information, and that you receive downloads from your galactic families like connected to. So this has caused some changes in your electrical body system, which includes your heart, and just being more feeling like more tense. Like tense is kind of the right word. Feeling more tense, and she wants you to know that it's from the sun energies changing.
Okay.
And so she's saying if you can make to connect, point is not the right word, make a connection with the sun energy, and do some work with the sun's energy, like a recalibration, that things will improve, things will get better. Because she's saying that a lot of the information would come to you through the sun. She's saying this is the case for a lot of people. Downloads from galactic families come through the sun. That's the normal and usual way. And now that the sun has changed, that this has caused a lot of issues for people who receive these types of downloads, such as yourself. So that's she's happy that we're talking about this, and it may be helpful for some other people also. And she's saying that it's a recalibration with the sun. So I do want to know a little bit more specific. Okay, so she's showing me it's not that you would look directly at the sun, but it's a meditation in the sun, where the sun is kind of on you, and just opening up. I feel it in the heart chakra area, but really wherever you feel it, that's just kind of where I feel it, opening up new energies and releasing old energies, and just being aware of it, doing meditation with it, that you're accepting and you're changing to meet the requirements of the new sun that we have, the new sun's energy. For a lot of people, if they're having issues like that. Yeah, so you said this is an aspect of yourself, right? Because I feel it's like your energy that I feel.
Yes, it is. She is.
Yeah. Very like really caring and so she's giving you comfort and helping you kind of through some things right now. She wants you to know that everything is okay.
That's good. And now we're moving to next week. We'll be facing the golf course.
Oh yeah.
Where there's lots of sun coming in. The west sun.
Yeah. Okay, good. So that's perfect. Yeah, timing for that. Yeah. Don't everything. And also she because she's having me feel like I can feel like, that there's there, with moving. Is it with your son? Do you have worry about your son? How the change will affect him?
Yeah, like with his, I homeschool him, but I want to put him in public school, you know, so I'm just kind of thinking of that, like if I want to do that or not. I'm just kind of waiting and like leaving it open and seeing what it feels like.
Yeah. Do the
It's a big move.
so yeah. The she's calling it a recalibration with the sun. If you can do that, and then that will help you with decisions and with making the decisions, and because things are a little bit off kilter for you, just because you're receiving the downloads differently, and there's like this sort of thing going on. So
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
so
kind of like a blockage in the,
yeah,
like that. Like it
yeah.
can't flow freely. That probably is causing some of my depression too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really thrown your just thrown you like off balance. But
Yeah.
yeah, it will get better when you do the recalibration that that she's saying. It will get better, and then you will notice an improvement, because that's so she's sharing, this is good information. She's sharing that that's one of the reasons why this we have new sun energy, is so that there can be more downloads, communication. That's one of the reasons. There's several, but she's saying that that's one of the reasons why. That's the one she wants to share and talk about, is because it's opening up, and there will be increased and better communication from galactic beings and our galactic families. So that's, but it's just a matter of adjusting and recalibrating. She's saying that most people will be guided to do this, that you would have been, you would have been guided to do this when the time is right. So so she doesn't want there to be worry that that's a change that will stay and won't be able to, that people won't be able to tap into that they'll have to be kind of off kilter for forever, that people will be guided to do this. We'll feel the need to connect more with the sun. Yeah, you're welcome.
That was very helpful.
Okay, good. I have to I wish I could do some more, but I have to close up, because I have to be finished by 9. So, but thank you guys for coming, and that was a good session. It's been a little while for me, so so thank you for coming, and I will post the links to my website below the video, and then also I have some new things coming up, some new things in the work, and I have a meetup group I'm starting here in Jacksonville, Florida, for people. I'm going to do just different classes, channelings, some different things. So I'll post a link to that meetup group if is in Florida or is close or knows of anybody who would be interested in that. And then I'm doing these crystal reading events. I love doing these. So my goal is to do these once a month, to do it at least once a month. So I'm going to keep doing this. So I think that's all that I have. So I thank you so much for coming. I'm so thankful for you. And much love to you all. Thank you.